Boxing just has a way, doesn't it, of just reeling you in and then saying, you know what, we've reeled you in, but sorry, this isn't happening. And this is what looks like might happen with AJ versus Fury. Oh man, where to start? I mean, Deontay Wilder just thrown a huge span into the works. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. But before we get into this mess, which it really is a mess, please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really greatly appreciate it. Your support is greatly appreciated. Let's continue to make the channel grow, and we are on our road to 1K subs, and any help is greatly appreciated. Okay, Wilder wins the arbitration case against Tyson Fury. Now, I'm a bit confused about this, and I'll tell you why. Because I remember Bob Arum saying to Pep Talk UK in an interview, and also I think he said it to IFL TV as well, so to multiple different, interview outlets on YouTube. I remember him explicitly saying that the contract has expired and they won't, like, there's no worry about it. And he's a lawyer as well himself, in profession, Bob Arum. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, is he got that old that he just completely has forgotten like that? I don't know. Maybe misread the dates or something. It's just crazy. I don't know. Either way, the judges ruled in favor of Wilder. Now, it could be to do with, and this is again is just purely speculation, but I remember Fury saying in recent interviews, when he was in the US for Canelo versus Billy Joe, saying that, like, they were asking him about AJ Fury and also the arbitration, and saying, like, can you tell us anything? And he's like, no, I'm not going to say anything because I've just learned in court recently that anything that I say on interviews can be held against me. So I need to be careful about specific things I say. Now that makes me think that in interviews, which he would have said, oh, let's do a trilogy. We'll do a trilogy, and yeah, I'll give him the rematch and blah blah blah. As in before he beat Wilder, and also straight after as well, saying, oh yeah, we'll run Wilder back again. It's just a mess. So apparently the judges ruled that they have to fight by the 15th of September. Now, if the judges said, you know what, they need to fight by the end of the year, which would have been more reasonable, by the way, then you're thinking, okay, they can get the undisputed fight underway, and then he can fight them. Now, the issue, I guess, that they have is that if they say that, if AJ was to win the undisputed fight, does Deontay Wilder want to fight Tyson Fury after he's just lost? Maybe. I don't know. Like, is that a big fight? I guess potentially, but then I don't know. I'm assuming Wilder would prefer the winner, right? In AJ. Now, this is where it gets messy because we had Tyson Fury posting stuff, by the way, a few hours before this, saying, undisputed, can't wait to get all my belts back. Fury Arabia, him posting pictures of himself in, Saudi attire in the desert and stuff, and you're just thinking, oh wow, okay, he's really on board. This is going to happen. This is definitely happening. AJ's team, by the way, hadn't posted anything, but Eddie Hearn had come out and said it's definitely happening. This is a date. This is the kind of the venue, and same with Frank Warren as well. So both of them are saying that, look, this is happening. Now it's almost like Fury and Fury's team knew that this was about to get announced, almost to get ahead of it and say, well, oh, we've already agreed to this. So if it doesn't happen, it's not because of us. It's just because, unfortunately, the arbitration has happened. Now, that's not to say that Fury doesn't want the fight. I think it's worth noting that. That's not to say that Fury doesn't want the fight. I think he does want the fight. I just think, unfortunately, the arbitration has not gone, obviously, the way that he would have liked. It's as simple as that. Now, it's just crazy. It's just really, really crazy. yeah, it's just crazy to think about. I mean, realistically, you have two guys, right, in AJ and Fury, who two Brits, it would have been huge. They want to fight each other, and it's just. I'll be so disappointed if this doesn't happen. I will be so disappointed. Now, the only thing that I think will happen, and I think Wilder will probably be happy with, and I hope he's happy with, is the courts have basically done it on purpose to say, well, look, it needs to happen at this date, and if it doesn't happen, then Wilder needs to get step side money and probably get a guarantee of the winner. Now, honestly, it's got nothing to do with Anthony Joshua, to be honest with you. So step side money should come from Fury, and it will come from Fury's side if it does happen. In terms of facing the winner, like again, it's difficult because again, it's not really Joshua's problem. As in, like, if I was AJ, I'd be like, well, why do I need to face him? As in, yeah, like I'm sure AJ's not scared of facing him. I think he said in the past that he wants to face him. That was a whole saga where they could have fought for undisputed, didn't never happen. He's probably thinking though, I don't want to be obliged to fight him. Like it's not my issue, is it? Now the problem arises that if Fury doesn't win, then what happens? So if there's a guarantee to face the winner, Joshua might be like, but I don't want that in place. Then that's where it gets tricky. I think this is going to be the sticking point. The step side money isn't an issue because I think Fury will give him step side money. Is the guarantee of facing the winner, which I think Wilder will want in his team. Now, I don't know because I feel like Joshua wants two fights against Fury and then he wants to see after. I don't think he really wants Wilder straight after if he was to win. That is, and I'm not going into who's going to win through Joshua because, again, I've got my own opinions. Other people have got other opinions, but really, that's not. It's the least of it at the moment. It might not even happen unless this all gets sorted. So it's just carnage really at the moment, and it's crazy because it's almost like I could feel we were about 1 or 2 days away from an official announcement. Like Fury had already put it out there, but from everyone saying on like Top Rank, Matchroom, Queensbury, BT, Sky, all officially, with official poster, fight posters, blah blah blah. Hasn't quite happened yet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But it's just a mess, and only in boxing would things get this complicated, and it's almost like it's just nasty, nasty conniving moves by Deontay Wilder's team and Fury's team trying to get ahead, and it's just horrible. Like you can just tell that people are trying to one up each other. They're really trying to spoil the party, and it's just like what, I understand if you think you're owed something, but this was literally about to just get announced, and I don't know, it's poor on Fury's management team and really his lawyers, etc. If they've now got, I mean, look, we are pretty much, I would say, 80% there, 90% there in terms of stuff getting done for AJ Fury, and they've let it kind of go along this far. And if they'd known that Wilder might win the arbitration, like what have they been doing the whole time? Because it might not happen, and the amount of money and time spent on AJ Fury, and then next thing you know, you might just have to fight Wilder next. It's carnage, absolute carnage. So that's really really disappointing. Um, yeah, just extremely disappointing. It has to be said. Right, okay. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, we get AJ Fury. I mean, look, if someone asked me, and would I mind seeing the third fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder? My honest answer is I wouldn't mind seeing that in like a year's time. I do not want to see it now. Now is the time for AJ versus Fury. And to be honest with you, if it's even a close-ish fight, I would like to see that again because I think both fighters are able to adapt. And then after that, I'm happy. Like, I would like to see Deontay Wilder fight Joshua twice. I'd like to see. Um, I mean, after that, I think everyone's fought each other twice. That's fine. That's what I want to see. I want to see each guy fight each other at least twice. But I don't want to see a third fight yet. Anyway, like if it happens later down the line, fantastic. Like in a year, year and a half, I don't want to see it now because I just think Fury would batter him. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like he's had time out of the ring like Fury, but he had like this very weird mental almost breakdown. It looked like, and then he looks pretty good now on the pads and the gym, etc. But let's see what he's like in the ring. And he needs a tune-up fight. He was going to fight, I think, Hellenius, just never happened. Bizarre, no idea why. Went off the radar. Let's see what happens with him. But I am just wondering what's going to happen in this whole situation. I'm just hoping it's resolved ASAP. And it doesn't just sit there. And, you know, it's like, oh, we'll wait and see, we'll wait and see. Because if they want to do August, they need to start the promotion. I mean, it's the biggest fight potentially ever in my lifetime. Like it's just been so messy, and you might think, oh well, there's a lot of moving parts. Yeah, there is, but it's become really, really frustrating as a fan having all these bits and bobs getting released, and then nothing official, no official fight poster. Just give me that. Let me know the fight is 100% on, but it hasn't happened. And now they've thrown something else into the works. Just carnage. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Stay safe and stay well, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.